your daughter can identify like the 8 and 88 diecast, like two iconic numbers. This question comes from Ryan. It wasn't always going to be 88. Like there was 51, there was 81, 38. So like where did the origin of the 88 number come from?
Well, so when I was moving over to Hendrick, I was working with a friend of mine, Kevin King. He's a sim racer buddy of mine, and he also designs, designs cars in sim racing. He's also designed cars in NASCAR. The Reese's car that Kevin Harvick drove at RCR was Kevin King's design. And so, anyhow, Kevin has done some cars, or had done some cars for me when I raced for the Budweiser number 8. And anyways, I was like, man, you're going to help me design this car. When I go to Hendrick and drive their race car, the Mountain Dew car, you're going to design. I want it to be yours, and you're going to help me. And he knew what I liked. I liked it kind of simple. I liked some nostalgia or some throwback feel to it. And anyways, we were I was getting him to do these designs, and we didn't have a choice on a number. I couldn't be 8. We weren't going to be able to purchase it from Teresa. They wanted to keep it. They had equity in that number at DEI. It was important for them to continue racing it, which was really, I would have done the same thing. I would have loved to have had it, but I could understand them wanting to hang on to it because it helped them acquire partners and sponsors, and the car had some identity. So I'm thinking, well, for my fans, man, a lot of these people have this number tattooed on their body. What am I going to do? I knew in the back of my mind that the best thing for me would probably would be to drive something with an 8 in it, right? Whether that's 38, which I didn't love. My sister ran that number in her late model career. 81 was okay. I'd ran that number some in my Busch car a few times, but it wasn't a cool number. My favorite number that's not 3 and 8 or 88 now, my favorite numbers were like numbers that felt masculine. 51, 47, 55, 57. I don't know. For me, those numbers are those numbers have,
like a feel to it.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Mike's
they do. But they, the number 50.
A1.
Yeah. The number 50, right, is it's perfect for a guy like AJ Foyt, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so, and AJ ran that number a time or two. 51, like I say. And so we were looking at 51. I wanted 51. No one else in my camp, and Rick or anybody else wanted 51. They were like, 51? What? That's nothing. Why? What's the connection, right? And I was like, I don't know, man. We just start new and just. But then I kept thinking about our fans that love this 8 and had all this 8 stuff, and I'm like, man, we gotta go with something with an 8, and that was everybody else's opinion too. So I was thinking 28. 28's it. I wanted 28. We're gonna get 28. We're gonna be 28. Nobody's 28. Let's be 28.
Holy crap, I did not know this.
Yeah. And they were like, well, we got to ask Yates.
Yeah.
I'm like, we do?
Of course.
Why? I don't need to ask nobody. And so we called Yates up, Robert, and they actually talked to Texaco. And Texaco said hard no. Now, I don't think that they had rights to this number in the series, right? They're not even the sponsor anymore. But something about the history and the heritage and legacy of that number was important to them. And Yates was like, man, please don't do this. I don't believe they could have stopped us, but they were like, hey, what about 88? We would give you 88. And I'm like, oh, we didn't even know that was available. We didn't know that was even a possibility. And so, they were like, hey, you can have 88. And I'm thinking, that's perfect. Instead of 1 8, 2 8s. And we got the font as close as we could without getting another lawsuit. And there you have it. We went to the racetrack with 88s.
That is a heck of a story, actually.
It is.
Who would have thought that 88 would be more available than the 28?
Yeah.
I mean, because like the 88 was a Dale
they
Jarrett.
were-
Like,
Right.
you knew it
Yeah.
was Dale Jarrett.
Yeah.
At the time, I think Roush had the 30. What was the Roush? 38 and 88?
Ooh, that was before my time.
Roush?
Yates was 38.
Or Yates?
Yates.
Okay.
88.
Sorry?
Yeah.
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 They were 38 with Elliott Sadler.
Right.
Yeah, why did
I think
that is
Ricky
so
Rudd was
baffling to me
Yeah.
that the Texaco Haviland.
Yeah, they told me they had discussed it with they reached out to the partners that were part of that legacy with
Right.
that team, right? And they all agreed, like, we really would love to not see this number come back. But
That
will
is
you take the
unbelievable.
88? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
There's a lot of things that surprise me about that story. I am a little shocked that the Hendrick people weren't more receptive to 51.
51, yeah.
Because that 5
Yeah.
is iconic with Hendrick, so you could play off that font.
I
and all
wish
that
now
stuff.
that I had tried that argument, tried that angle, Mike.
And 51 was a bit of a Days of Thunder
Yeah,
number.
it was.
I wonder if, and Rick was obviously the centerpiece of that whole Days of Thunder thing, but then I wonder if it was because Kyle Busch is.
I don't think Kyle was using it at that moment.
Oh, wow. Dude, that is a great story.
Yeah.
And I got so many more questions. So.
Yeah, and even just like to 51, thinking like knowing how history played out, just trying to picture you racing in a 51 for all those years, like it's
It would've
crazy
been
to wrap your
strange.
mind around.
Yeah. I mean, you get used to things, and I think 88 was fine. 88 ended up being great. 28 would have been cool though, man, because 28. My favorite design and paint scheme is the Gray Ghost right here on the
Right,
table.
yeah.
Imagine the throwback we could have done with that damn thing. I'd have been trying to get them to let me run that every week, every damn week.
That would have
Yeah.
been cool.